York Knicks game, former forward Charles Oakley seen getting into a physical altercation with security guards, and Jesse Palmer is here with more. Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning, Michael. That's right. You take a team with a losing season, then add fans blaming the owner, and then top it off with a former player ejected from the stands and charged with assault, and you have mayhem at Madison Square Garden.
He was one of the most physical players in NBA history.
Oakley in his face.
And this morning, former New York Knicks Charles Oakley is making headlines again at Madison Square Garden.
Everybody looking over there. Apparently there's a Charles Oakley over there.
But this time, it's for causing a melee off the court.
Charles Oakley is involved in something. They need security in a big way.
The 53-year-old suddenly ejected from his seat while watching the Knicks-Clippers game by a swarm of security. The Knicks claim Oakley was ejected after making negative comments to Knicks owner James Dolan.
Oakley and the Knicks organization have not seen eye to eye recently.
But Oakley, who has been charged with 3 counts of assault, adamantly denies the Knicks allegations, saying he was simply there to support the team.
I'm like, I've been here 4.5 minutes. I'm a Knicks fan. I played here for 10 years. I love the Knicks. I love New York. It's my heart.
Fans showing their support to the man who helped lead the Knicks to the 1994 finals, chanting Oakley, Oakley.
Bleeding Denver Nuggets. No Emmanuel Mudiay, no Danilo Gallinari, no Kenneth Faried, but it doesn't matter. Carmelo is ready to ball at MSG. Early on, the Nuggets, they ready too. Screen and roll game on point. Booyah! There it is, Wilson Chandler with the assist from Jameer Nelson. That ties the game up at 15. How about we get Rucker Park fancy? Oh, baby! The Tribe Called Quest has the love movement. The Knicks have ball movement. Foot on the line, Carmelo drains the long 2. Jokic! You know, maybe they should sign up a defender for the Knicks to play some defense. Maybe like Charles Oakley. Too soon? Okay, maybe not. But the Knicks aren't through. Melo's got something to say. 21 points in the 4th quarter. Brandon Jennings with the assist. But apparently, the Nuggets just got too much. I put numbers on the board. Jokic, a career high, 40 points. Nuggets get the win. 4 straight home losses for the Knicks.
New York Knicks legends Latrell Sprewell, Larry Johnson sitting next to Knicks owner James Dolan on Sundays. The Knicks took on the Spurs. I'll let you insert your own commentary to that storyline. In the 3rd, we've got ourselves a milestone. Carmelo Anthony knocking down a 3, and with that bucket, he passes Charles Barkley for 25th on the all-time scoring list. Kawhi Leonard keeping the Spurs in the game when they did not have their A game. They shot just 36% from the field in the ball game. Tough fadeaway there for Kawhi. And then he finds Manu Ginobili for the lay-in to tie things up at 65 apiece. Patty Mills with the steal. Derrick Rose ends up stealing it back. Headed the other way. Melo, another wide open 3 on the left wing. Bottoms as the Knicks take a 5-0 spurt to regain the lead. More from Kawhi, though. You didn't think he was going away, did you? Baseline fadeaway. 36 for him. It's his 8th straight game with at least 30 points. But Melo would have the final say in this one. Just beyond the elbow. 2 of his 25. The Knicks win.
Hawks' previous game in 24 minutes against Charlotte. Here's Porzingis. He is rejected by Plumlee. Here comes Dorsey. Hawks on the run. Delaney cross court. Bazemore puts up a 3 and hits. This is the Hawks' biggest lead. Kyle O'Quinn.
Quinn, the 50% shooter from the field. Mack had to use the left hand, came up short.
Dorsey hits and the foul.
This kid has been impressive with his offense.
Knicks with a 1-point lead, 9.5 to play. Blocked by O'Quinn.
Emphatic rejection by O'Quinn.
Did not look like it was a foul, but it did look like he was certainly behind the line. Porzingis, beautiful feet underneath. for Hardaway, and the foul. Schroeder, defended by Burke. Driving, picks up the dribble. Kingsmore wide open. Corner three is good. With 6.7 seconds remaining, the Hawks take a 2-point lead.
And Banks at home, he wanted a foul as well. Jack quickly down to Canner. Canner is fouled.
Canner moving and grooving. Favoritism.
And a coach has to think that way. Now, Bledsoe knocks it away. Beasley, two terrible turnovers to start. And Parker dunks it, and the Bucks back up in front. Hardaway with the steal, and should have an easy two, and throws it down. 4 straight points by Hardaway. It's been an 8-0 Tim Hardaway run.
Knocked away and stolen. Here's Middleton. Giannis trailing the lob. Oh! Giannis Antetokounmpo from Chris Middleton.
Middleton alley-oop to Parker. And the Knicks defense has been porous here in the third quarter. Yonkers players. Burke gets past Parker. Layup is good.
And perseverance by Burke.
For a return to the playoffs. After getting off to a solid start this season, Terry.
Nice feet inside, and Porzingis throws it down, and he's hurt. And he's in some severe pain. The Garden has gone silent.
The Knicks lose the game. They lose their franchise centerpiece.
People around Porzingis were actually hopeful that this injury would not be that significant. He was walking on his own. He had a brace on his leg, but he was moving okay.
It's a torn ACL for one of the bright stars in the league.
An early start for the league. Knicks and Washington with a matinee of sorts. Why? Because they're across the pond in London, and Bradley Beal getting hype prior to. Beal right off the bat would loop, he would drive and make the layup. Knicks' early lead is 3. Alonzo Trier on the fast break throws to Luke Cornett, hitting the corner 3. Knicks by 9. And they would lead by 10 at the half. To the third, Tomas Satoransky to Bradley Beal, cutting through the middle, laying it in. Knicks lead is 8. Staying in the third, Emmanuel Mudiay dances to the basket. And there's the fadeaway. Yes, it is good. Mudiay wasn't done with the rock, slamming it home. Knicks lead is 16. Staying in the third, Bradley Beal gives the ball to Troy Brown Jr. with the one-handed jam. And the gap is getting tighter. Now it would be Beal and Porter to give the Wiz the lead. The jazz step and the 3. Porter Jr. steps and would nail it, knocking it down for that 3. Beal dribbles to the arch with the 3-pointer. Oh yeah. Otto Porter with the go-ahead jumper. There it is. Bradley Beal now with the and 1 jumper. And yes, he would convert. In the fourth, Noah Vonleh with the jump hook. Knicks lead is down to 1 with 3 ticks. Beal finds Thomas Bryant for the layup, but the Knicks give the Wiz the win after Alonzo Trier goaltends in the play. Take another look. The refs award the deuce. However, after further review, the refs put 4/10 of a tick back on the clock. Knicks have a final chance. Mudiay, no good. Wiz, hang on for the win across the pond by 1.
Karl Anthony Towns started the first 303 games of his career. That's the record since we've been keeping track of these things. He's out tonight in the concussion protocol, missing the first game of his career. Who is in? How about Dennis Smith Jr.?
Look at him rock that thing to bed. We got one more angle because it's a Diesel Dunks nominee. Minnesota was up 1 at that point, but Dennis Smith Jr. was up in the air at that point. Jeff Teague finds Anthony Tolliver for the deep triple. He had a season-high 16 points. Minnesota led it by 10 at that point, and they were working on a double-digit lead in the second half. Dario Saric outside knocks down a 3, the lead at 12. Then Derrick Rose with a Smitty's under the rim nominee. Watch him shake it on down to the ground on Mitchell Robinson. He had 20 points, 3 assists on the game. He'd make the free throw. 94-83. Minnesota in front. Jeff Teague and Taj Gibson closing it out with this huge stuff right there. Gibson, a season high 19 points. He mixed in 10 rebounds as well. Minnesota gets the win, 115-104.
DeMar DeRozan getting back into a groove, averaging over 23 points a game in his last 5. The Spurs just 1-5 on their rodeo trip in New York to take on the Knicks. LaMarcus Aldridge misses the shot. 3 Knicks around the rebound. No Spurs in the vicinity. And yet somehow the Knicks knock it into their own basket. Aldridge gets credit for the bucket. Knicks head coach David Fizdale, what are you going to do other than laugh at that? It's a Shaqtin' a Fool nominee. Knicks going in the right direction after that mishap early on. Emmanuel Mudiay hits a 3. Then Damian Dotson to Kevin Knox, who had 19 points and 10 rebounds. As the Knicks taking a lead into the half, and they're pushing that lead out. Need I remind you, New York has lost 18 straight at home. Dennis Smith Jr. the layup and the foul. Then Smith Jr. lobbing it to Mitchell Robinson. Greg Popovich, it's a head-scratcher. Knicks led by as many as 23, but DeRozan bringing the Spurs back off the handoff from LaMarcus Aldridge. And then DeRozan inside for 2 more. He had 32 in this one. Spurs trail by 8, but the Knicks close it out. Yes, I said the Knicks close it out. Damian Dotson had 27. And then watch DSJ here with the steal. And, oh, top plays right here. Living it up with the top plays. Mitchell Robinson off the glass from DSJ for the oop. They even gave Spike Lee the final score live at the Oscars. 130-118. The Knicks get their first win at home since December 1st. Say sayonara to the home.
Chicago Bulls paying a visit to MSG to take on the New York Knicks and R.J. Barrett. And R.J. Barrett, the rookie, looking good early on. Julius Randle gets him a pass, and he knocks down the three-pointer. Later, it's Randle doing it on his own for the layup and the foul. And the Knicks looking good early. They're up over the Bulls later. Elfrid Payton, the alley-oop to Mitchell Robinson for the jam, and the Knicks go up by 1 at that point. Then it's Barrett hitting the step-back three-pointer. This puts the Knicks up by 13 at the half. Barrett had 19 points, 4 rebounds in the third. Bulls cut into the lead. Kobe White finds Zach LaVine for the layup. LaVine had 26 points and 7 assists. Later, it's Wendell Carter finding Denzel Valentine for the three-pointer. And the Knicks lead is down to 3 in the fourth quarter. Off a give and go, Bobby Portis to Kevin Knox, and Kevin Knox stuffs that one. Later, Mo Harkless to Julius Randle, and Randle gets the layup and the foul. He finished with 22 points and 10 rebounds. Then it's Barrett tossing the alley-oop to Robinson. Robinson, a career-high 23 points. He had 10 rebounds as well, and the Knicks get the win, 125-115.
The Houston Rockets enter Madison Square Garden on Monday, riding a 6-game winning streak. Russell Westbrook riding a streak of 30 games of 20 or more points. And that is the newly announced president of the Knicks, Leon Rose, taking in his first game as Prez, and he got to watch rookie R.J. Barrett put on a show. Barrett had 19 first-half points on 7 of 11 shooting, doing it from all over the place. The lefty here knocking down the long-range jumper. Knicks led by as many as 21 in the first half, but the Rockets cutting into that lead later in the second. James Harden to Daniel House in the corner for 3. Then Harden missing a 3. PJ Tucker saves it to Robert Covington. Rocco had 20 and 13 in the ball game. Knicks still led by 10 at halftime, though, as we fast forward to the fourth quarter, and James Harden weaving through the Knicks defense for the lay-in. And then Harden, who missed his first 8 3-point attempts, knocks this one down from the top of the key. He was 3 of 13 from beyond the arc, finished with 35 points. Russell Westbrook pushing the pace and rocking the rim right there. He had 24 points in the ball game. All Harden can think is OMG. Knicks up by 1. RJ getting the runner to go off glass. He tied a career high with 27 points after a bunch of free throws. Rockets, final chance, down 2 with 4 seconds. Westbrook from the foul line, no good. And Leon Rose enjoying the win in his first day on the job. The Knicks win 125-123, snapping Houston's 6-game winning streak. And the
A few moments later. One eternity later.
With the New York Knicks facing off against the Miami Heat, congratulations are in order. Congrats to Bam Adebayo and Julius Randle, both NBA All-Stars for 2023 coming out of the Eastern Conference. And early on, Julius showing you why. Look at the deep three-point stroke he knocks down. And then setting up his teammates. Emmanuel quickly knocks down a 3 in the corner. Then with the shot clock winding down, Randle not afraid to fire outside. Knicks go up 14-7 early on. Responding for Miami, how about their all-star? Bam inside, fakes, fades, hits the shot. Then it's Adebayo handing off and getting up close and personal as he lifts off and throws that one down. Little fake handoff jam, and Miami's up 33-32. After getting a technical foul, Julius Randle decided to go on a bit of a run. Here he gets into the paint with the little hoop and foul. The free throw goes down. Then Randle, off the outlet pass, gets the easy jam at the break. The Knicks led it by 3, 51-48. Third quarter, it's RJ Barrett's turn to get going. Look at him working to the baseline, missing the shot, but stays with it and gets the easy little putback. Then Barrett splitting defenders for the hoop and harm there. He'd make the free throw. Knicks up by 10, but the Heat go on a 14-2 run. Tyler Hero knocks down a 3. Then Tyler Hero knocks down another 3, both off of all-star screens from Bam Adebayo. Then Kyle Lowry gets into the action with the 3, and Miami now in front, 67-66. Quentin Grimes drills a 3 to get the Knicks back on track with an 11-0 run. They're up by 8. So Bam Adebayo goes to work. Here he is with the high arcing shot in the paint. Then Adebayo with the step back 15-footer, and it's a 2-point game again. Quentin Grimes coming up big with a clutch 3-pointer for the Knicks with less than 2 minutes to go as they work it around. Nice ball movement from New York. Gabe Vincent, though, finding Max Strus, and this is a 3-pointer for Miami with less than 5 seconds to go, and we got a 2-point game. Now, on the late inbounds pass, Bam Adebayo is initially called for a foul on Julius Randle. A coach's challenge would determine there was no foul, overturning the call and setting up Miami for one final opportunity to pull even or get the win. Caleb Barton inbounds to Tyler Hero and just misses the 3-pointer, and New York hangs on in a thriller. Your final score in this one, 106-104.
The All-Star Julius Randle and the New York Knicks taking on Paul George and the LA Clippers. Here's PG-13 in the first, pulling up, draining the 3, and giving the Clips the 14-7 lead. Then later in the quarter, RJ Barrett driving inside and kicking it out to Jalen Brunson for 3 of his own to cut the Knicks deficit to 2. The Knicks turn the ball over here. Reggie Jackson with the bounce pass ahead to Kawhi Leonard for the dunk. Then the air ball here for PG, but Ivica Zubac with the rebound and a no-look back to George for the tough layup and one. And he'd make that free throw and give the Clippers the 46-39 lead. Randall knocking down the pull-up jumper. Clips still leading by 4. Then Leonard pulling up, getting the jumper to go plus the foul, and he'd make that free throw. And the Clippers would lead the way 63-56 at the half. Terrence Mann in the third to PG for the corner 3, putting the Clips back up 74-65. Then more Randall on the other end, driving and getting the layup to go. Here's Leonard in the fourth, posting up, turning around, and getting the jumper. Then Norman Powell driving and throwing it down over Randall. 110-102, the Clippers lead at that point. Later in fourth quarter highlights, Brunson to Isaiah Hartenstein for the dunk. Then more Brunson driving, getting the layup to go. This time Brunson to Quentin Grimes for the 3 and the lead. 113-112. Brunson driving, getting the floater to go for 2 of his 41 points in the game. Then PG would miss the game-tying 3, but the Clips would get the rebound and Nick Batum would get the 3 to go here at the buzzer. So we're headed to overtime, tied at 115 apiece. As we look at the Batum shot one more time, overtime highlights start with Kawhi, yet again, this time to Marcus Morris Sr., who gets the jumper to fall. Then more from Powell, taking it all the way through the New York defense for the layup. The Clips up 125-117, and they pull away to win it in OT, 134-128.
The New York Knicks in LA trying to get a win against the Clippers without their star Jalen Brunson. In the first quarter, it's a quick start for the Clippers superstar Kawhi Leonard. He gets the steal, he gets the jam, then he's knocking down a pull-up jumper, and the Clippers up 16-6 early on. New York responds with Quentin Grimes driving and kicking out to Emmanuel Quickley in the corner for 3. Quickley had 26 points and 10 rebounds. We got a 1-point game. Second quarter now, Josh Hart throwing the half-court alley-oop pass. If you're going to do that, you better find somebody like Obi Toppin up top to drop that in, and it's 27-25 Clippers with a 2-point lead. Paul George drives inside with the crossover, finishes with the layup. Then George working on his mid-range jumper game, and that's effective too. You see the Clippers up by 3 at that point. Julius Randle, speaking of threes, knocks down one here, and at the half, the Knicks led this thing by 2, 49-47, but then we mentioned Kawhi Leonard's not just a star, he's a superstar. Draws the foul, makes the shot, makes the free throw, then Leonard pull up 3 from the top of the key. He had 19 points in the third quarter, and how healthy is he right now? Look at him spring for the alley-oop there. And yeah, we got the replay technology. There it is again. Clippers up by 3, still a tight game. Fourth quarter, Eric Gordon over to George for 3. George, 22 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists on the game. Then Kawhi Leonard closing it out for the Clippers. Drives inside, gets the layup plus the foul. He'd make the free throw. Then Leonard, a mid-range jumper, and boy, Steve Ballmer happy about things as Kawhi Leonard looking really healthy. Spike Lee less happy about his Knicks, but the Clippers end up with an 11-point win. Final score in this one, 106-95. Julius Randle and the New York Knicks still in LA, this time taking on the Lakers, who are getting that man back in action. D'Angelo Russell, and he starts things off knocking down a three-pointer. That's smooth looking there. Then Anthony Davis playing a little defense, patrolling the paint. It's not his man, but he comes with the help side defense. And boy, big swat on R.J. Barrett, and the Lakers looking good, up 16-11 at this point. Later in the first, it's Randall hit the turnaround jumper plus the foul. He'd make the free throw. Then off a steal, Julius Randle takes it all the way the other way for the Jam. Randall scores 14 straight for the Knicks. He had 18 points in that first quarter. In the second, Anthony Davis turns and drives, and boy, he's going to stuff that one home. Plus the foul, he missed the free throw. Then Troy Brown with the bounce pass to D'Angelo Russell. He gets the jumper. He had 23 points in the half, did Russell. What a weapon to get back for the Lakers. Emmanuel quickly out to Randall for three. Randall, 25 points in the half, 33 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists in the game. The Knicks by 3 at the break. Third quarter, here comes Russell again, knocking down a 3. He had 33 points and 8 assists in the game. Then it's Dennis Schroeder's turn. He hits the jumper. Schroeder, 14 points on the game. The Lakers now up 78-77. But R.J. Barrett taking over in the fourth, driving in for the tough layup. Then Barrett knocks down a three-pointer. He had 30 points and 6 rebounds in the game, and Knicks up by 10 at this point. Austin Reeves drives and throws an alley-oop up to the big fella. Anthony Davis goes and stuffs that one home. He had 17 points, 16 rebounds. Knicks lead at 4. Now, D'Angelo Russell, a chance to cut the lead down to 1. He misses a 3 late. The Knicks get the rebound. The Knicks get the win. Your final score, 112-108.
Philadelphia 76ers playing host to the New York Knicks. Congrats to Philadelphia native Kyle Lowry making his debut with the 76ers and paying dividends for his hometown team. Lowry on the reverse in the first quarter. Josh Hart also played his college ball in the Philadelphia area at Villanova, finishing on the fast break. Jalen Brunson, also a Villanova Wildcat, going off the glass for the Deuce. The Knicks start cooking with Bo buckets. Bojan Bogdanovic, 5 for 5 from three-point range in the first half. He had 19 points. Knicks build a 23-point lead. Jalen Brunson taking over in the third. The tough runner here. Then Brunson finds Precious Achiuwa inside. Brunson again, this time and 1. 76ers down big by 18, but not out. Tyrese Maxey going to the left hand. Then Kyle Lowry, the fall-away jumper over the defenders. Before time expires, we move to the fourth quarter. Philly down by 7. Dante DiVincenzo cutting back door for the score. DiVincenzo, this time from three-point range. Another Villanova Wildcat doing damage in Philly. Josh Hart closes this one out. The Knicks win 110-96. That is your final score.
Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown for the Boston Celtics, getting ready to take on Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks. For the Knicks, Brunson with the step-back 3 on the wing. It's good. Knicks up 11-8 early on. Brunson gets Kristaps Porzingis in the air on the up and under. Porzingis goes for the block. Brunson nails it. Knicks up 21-18. Jaylen Brown Euro step down the lane. He puts up a tough shot. Boston up by 2. Tatum with the step back on the baseline. That jumper is good. Boston up 34-28. Jaylen Brown, he drives baseline. Dunks. Boston up by 4. Brown lobs it to Porzingis, who tosses it in. He gets the and 1. He makes the free throw. Boston up by 10. Porzingis finds the cutting Jaylen Brown, draws contact on the shot. Gets fouled, he misses the free throw. Josh Hart in transition. Boston up at halftime, 62-58. Celtics light it up from 3 in the second half. Derek White drains the 25-footer. Jason Tatum knocks down the transition 3. They're up 73-66. Then Porzingis for the catch and shoot. He knocks down a 3. Boston up 81-71. Jalen Brunson drives in, drains the mid-range jumper for the Knicks. Boston's up 88-75. Derek White finds an open Tatum on the wing. He knocks down the 3. Tatum had 19.6 rebounds, 6 assists. Boston's up 97-77. Brunson, his pass is tipped by Jaylen Brown, who gets the score off the turnover. Brown had 30 points, 8 rebounds. Boston up 103-90. Derek White with the alley-oop to Porzingis. Porzingis ended up with 22 points in the game. Boston pulls away to win it. Final score, Celtics 116, Knicks 102.
Hawks taking on the Knicks. Karl-Anthony Towns back after missing 2 games with a thumb injury. Trae Young and the Hawks looking to go 3-0 against the Knicks this season. And Ice Trae had the stroke going early on. Atlanta up 15-6. Jalen Brunson has scored 25 at least in his last 5 games. Hawks turning it over here. Knicks in transition. Mikal Bridges, the Iron Man, with the easy 2. And then off the miss, Josh Hart. Back to Brunson, and he does the rest. New York up 48-46. But here comes Ice Trae and his magic at the Garden once again. Beautiful pass inside. Onyeka Okongwu, patient in the key. And then Young, finding some space, knocks down the 3. Young, once again, deeper in his range. He had 27 points in the game. Atlanta up 62-54 at the break in the 3rd. Brunson starting to cook. Finds Bridges inside. Brunson this time doing it himself with that step back. Brunson once again with the step back variety, and New York up 91-83. Atlanta not going away though in the 4th. DeAndre Hunter having a great season. Spins, hits a jumper. Jalen Johnson back to Hunter, who drops a 3. He had 22 in the game. We're tied at 99. Campaign, he's going to find the 3 and gets fouled. 4-point play. He would make his free throw. Towns into Brunson, who had 34 in the game. New York up by 7, and then New York going to close it out here. Bridges, remember, he couldn't shoot at the beginning of the year. Man, he has really turned it around. 26 in the game as the Knicks go on to win this one 1-9. Knicks taking on the Nets in Brooklyn. Spike Lee in the house to watch his squad, including Karl-Anthony Towns, who gets going early on. Towns, active on the offensive boards, gets that and the lay-in. And then it's Towns driving in and 1. Would make the free throw. New York up 41-31. Jalen Brunson gonna drive to the rim. Hits the floater. Brunson then gonna miss a shot, but it's Towns once again crashing the boards. Gets the bucket plus a foul. New York was up 59-51 at the break. In the 3rd, more Cat. OG Anunoby looking, finds 32, and that train's going all the way to the station. Townsend stealing the ball. Anunoby gonna hook up with Josh Hart for the lay-in. Knicks up 76-64. Cam Johnson, his name in a lot of trade rumors as of late, finding Tyrese Martin for 3. Keon Johnson to Cam Johnson for the dunk. And then Cam Johnson to Keon Johnson. Johnson to Johnson. Getting it done once again. Brooklyn now up 188-87 in the 4th. It's Brunson driving. Jalen Brunson getting it to go. Then Brunson looking like he's hurt there, but looked just fine right here with the step back jumper. That is becoming signature for that man, Josh Hart, to OG. And just like that, New York up 97-92. D'Angelo Russell bringing this thing a little bit closer. Hits the three. And it is 97-95. The Nets with a chance to tie. Cam Johnson going for the win, actually. Does not fall, though, as the New York Knicks go on to win this one 99-95.
Throwing towards this guy.
Hero ejected by Robinson.
8 points has that now.
The Heat are shooting 7%, but there's some defense from Brunson on the break. Pump fakes and scores over where?
Got numbers that they push. Saturday alley-oop.
Trying to find Adebayo, but
good job by Deuce underneath him, not allowing him to square up to the hoop.
Giving up a lot of size there, but made the play. Payne with the floater. A little quiet in the first 2 quarters. He was 1 of 7 after an impressive showing on both ends in Memphis. Brunson, good feed to Anunoby in a 2-hand jam.
The Heat here, swarming to the ball, doing a good job standing on their feet.
Brunson beats the buzzer. Consecutive shots. Anunoby catch and drive and a righty stuff.
So it's easy for guys to make shots. Look at the pressure being applied right here.
Brunson gets the roll. Towns has room. He'll drive on Ware. All the way to the rim and a right-hand flush. In striking distance. Behind the back pass from Brunson. What a beauty.
They use his bench, depend on them.
Campaign catch and shoot. Hits the 3. Need a quick trigger. McBride delivers. 7-point game. Brunson turns the corner in the lane. Got another one. It's a backing down Highsmith again. Turns, fades away. Gets the roll. To 7-0. Nick run. Blocked by Anunoby. Loose ball tipped back to him. Here comes Brunson. Speeds ahead. And scores. 1-point game. Highsmith, open look. Can't hit. Long rebound Hart. Half a minute to go. Knicks can tie or take the lead. Brunson in the lane, running, layup is good, we're tied. Brunson. 3-pointer for the lead, he got it! Jalen Brunson puts the Knicks in front. Brunson scampers to the backcourt. They got to hurry to get it across midcourt, though, and he does with Bridges. Inside to Anunoby, he slams it!
How about this matchup at point guard? You got Jalen Brunson taking on Steph Curry as the Warriors were in New York early on at Steph. And 1. He'd make the free throw. Then we go to Jalen Brunson. You know he loves that floater. New York was up early on. OG Anunoby, he had himself a night. A little later on, it's Steph to Buddy Hield. You know he's not shy shooting that basketball, especially from that range. Brunson with the fade. He had 25 points, 7 assists in the game. New York was up by 8. And then that is just a thing of beauty. Steph, and you get a better look at it right there with that no-look pass to Jimmy Butler. New York, though, up 55-47 at the break. In the third, Steph hammers the 3 and then has a few friendly words with Spike Lee after. Brandon Pajemski misses the lay-in, but Jimmy buckets, getting just that with the putback dunk. 19 points for Jimmy Butler in this game. And Anunoby, nice fake. New York up by 2. Butler to Hield, who had 15 in the game. Remember I told you Anunoby had a nice night? 29 points for him. But then check this out. Steph, high degree of difficulty, makes the shot, gives the shimmy. And then the pass here. Thank you very much, Kevon Looney. Off the miss. Both teams fighting for the ball. Butler doing the right thing. Give it to Steph Curry. Yeah. 28 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds in the game for Steph. Another magical night in the Garden for him as Golden State goes on to win.
Good.